Vivi, 30, male, California. And thank you for the proper protocol here. Vivi says, "Hi Mehran, I have been divorced for over a year now. Started to date again recently. Why do I keep feeling insecure or that I'm not worthy to be with other girls? Is that connected with my past and my cheating ex?" Well, of course. Look, marriage is introduced to us since childhood and through history and movies and everything else that we've come across, and our parents and everything else. That is the ultimate state of a relationship. And if you happen to get married, which you did, and then experience some major difficulties with a cheating wife or breakup or some kind of a breakup in that marriage, you naturally think that I went to the last labyrinth and then the dragon took me and I lost the game. Every time you want to start the game again, you're afraid of that last section of the game, that the what is it? The beast or whatever it is, that the last labyrinth will catch you again. So you have that apprehension to play all through, and you all through the labyrinth say, why am I doing this? Because at the end he's going to eat me, or he's going to kill me, or it's because you haven't been able to see that good ending of that particular last labyrinth of the game. Same thing here. You have gone through all the steps of a relationship, and you got to the marriage point, and you located the right match that you thought it was, and you got that stage, and then it failed. Like the dragon came and ate the whole relationship. Now, whatever that dragon is, we don't want to discuss that now. The cheating wife, the problems, the differences, the visions, and all that. Anyhow, it broke. So now you're apprehensive through that. You think that you have failed in the whole concept of relationship because you went to the end of it, which was marriage, and it didn't work. So you think every relationship, when it gets to that final stage, there has a very good chance not to work. And that is stopping you from actually putting your best foot forward and enjoying every moment of it when you go on a date. Because you constantly think, well, this is going to end up to that. So what's the point of me actually going through it? The hell with it. No, stop. Why? Because the ingredients are changed. It's not like a game where all the algorithms, all the configuration is the same every time, and the element of mistakes and so on. But in the dating game is that every person is a different, brings with her a different equations. It's not always going to be the same necessarily. It may or may not, but not necessarily will be. So you should go into it with a clear mind that this is a new game, not the same game that you're replaying it, a new game with different sets of rules. Because she is a different person than your ex was. Your interaction with her would be based on the vibes you get from her, the consciousness that she has. That consciousness is her programming. And we know that every person has a different consciousness, no matter if they've been raised in a house side by side, in the same neighborhood. So with that knowing, that's a positive point. That just because she is a girl, and you were married to a girl, and then it didn't work, doesn't mean that this one, being a girl, that means it's going to end up in. No, it's a girl. Looks like, same gender as the other one, but it's got totally different programming in her. Her consciousness is different. That's the good point that you should focus on. To bring yourself the idea and the awareness that she is not her, and therefore this game will not necessarily end up the same way. Why? Because the program, algorithm, and rules of this game, according to her programming, which is her consciousness, is different, and we all know that all consciousnesses are different. Because of this difference, it's rather unlikely that it definitely necessarily will turn out to have the same outcome. On that note, relax and don't judge that this will be just like it was because I have gone out with, I have gone on dates before and therefore this is another date. No, it's another date, but it's a different person. Different consciousness. And that's what you're really building a relationship with. Not with just the fact that she's a female. You're making a relationship with the consciousness of this female. If you think just that she is only what she looks, then you think all females are the same. But it's not, because every female looks like a female, but who she is different than who the other female was, because of who we are is our consciousness. And a consciousness of each human being, and with your ex and this new girl, are different. Therefore, treat it as something new, wonderful, different, with no chance of being exactly like the other one. And you stop thinking that you weren't worthy or anything like that, because that's the experience you had having gone to the end of the game of dating, which was marriage, and didn't work. But not every marriage ends up the same. Every date ends up the same. Why? Because we just talked about it is the concept, it is the consciousness that you were married to, and that consciousness is no longer here. You're now having a discussion and a date with a different woman, who has a different consciousness. That is a good news for you, to ensure you that you can enjoy and see how it goes.